What are you gonna talk about?
Dude, I don't know. I'll just open it up for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll let you slam dunk that.
I feel it.
What's going on there, YouTube world? Austin Lewis here, coming to you guys with another YouTube video. And in this video, I got the man, the myth, the absolute legend, Mr. Austin Zabak here. We're pretty much, I've honestly on my Instagram, in my comments on YouTube, thankful to you guys. I've had a lot of people be like, yo, I want to hear you and Austin's story. And so I literally thought, what better day than right now? So in this video, we're going to be kind of just sharing with you guys our story, how we got into the business. I've done separate ones on my own, but now you're gonna kind of get a chance to see the Austin and Austin, the A&A show here without it actually being the A&A show. So speaking of the A&A show, if you guys go ahead into the description below, check out the A&A show. Him and I are dropping bombs. We're bringing on gangster guests. If you guys have any questions, the email below, definitely reach out to us. And if you guys haven't already, make sure and go smash that thumbs up button. Make sure and go subscribe to your boy and your boy, because we are thirsty for subscribers. I know I am. He might not be so much, but we're on our way to 100,000 subs, and we're gonna make some things happen. As we're gonna jump into this video, you guys have asked us, how did you guys get into the ATM business? I tell a story not quite as good as this guy does, so I just want him to share with you guys on how we actually got into the ATM business. In terms of starting out, what you went through, you sat down at that barbershop, what happened?
Well, I mean, I was getting my hair cut, in Tempe, Arizona. And I got done getting my hair cut, and my barber, I didn't have any cash on me. My barber's like, Austin, you gotta pay me, right? And so he explained to me where there was an ATM, and it was essentially, so the haircut place where I was getting my haircut is just it's kind of at like an apartment building. And I had to walk down the hallway, like hang it right, walk down another hallway, hang it left, walk down another hallway, hang it right. Long story short, I did not end up finding the ATM, okay? I came back, and I was just kind of frustrated. I ended up having to go to the bank to pay my barber, and so I just called Austin. I said, hey, we should start an ATM business, didn't know anything about it, right? And Austin said, okay, cool, called a couple of people, and that same day we landed that location. I asked the guy, I said, hey, would you like an ATM here? And he's like, absolutely, and we got our first ATM.
I love it, dude.
Yeah.
Now, I guess let's dive into going from one ATM to two ATMs to three ATMs. A lot of people are like thinking at this point they needed a lot of marketing. I made a video the other day. If you want to make 10K plus a month in this business or 5K plus a month in this business, then yeah, there's some checklists. You got to go get an LLC. You got to go, definitely got to get some marketing. Definitely got to, get some contracts, whether you hire a lawyer or purchase an ATM from a company like ours where you get the contracts. Some people, I think that we had all our ducks in a row before we got into the business. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, look, there's no industry or business you're going to start where you've got it all figured out, right? I mean, as the saying goes, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So I think business in general is just kind of one of those things where, look, you're never going to have it all figured out. We still don't have it all figured out. But the lack of action is ultimately what is going to paralyze you. So, I mean, there's still things that we learn every day in the ATM business, but we got started, we took action, we failed forward, which is what you're going to do in any industry. Same as the ATM industry, right? I wouldn't overthink it to the point where it paralyzes you. I mean, at some point you've just got to make a decision. Are you going to get into the business or are you not? If you're not going to, it's perfectly fine, but if you're going to get in the business, get in the frickin' business.
Yeah, 100%. Paralysis for analysis.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess, scaling, all the way up to 100 machines is where we're currently at. Our ultimate goal is to have 1,000 machines that we own, don't load. What do you think that looks like? Just so obviously everybody here that, we inspire a lot of people into the ATM business, and I don't say that to boost or brag or anything like that. I just simply say that because I get a lot of your guys' comments. I get a lot of you guys' emails. You guys are in the Facebook groups. You guys text us. Him and I, you guys email him and I. It's kind of cool to see that a lot of people on YouTube, like you guys that are following the channel, you look up to us, right? In the ATM business specifically, having 100 ATMs, on our road to 1,000 ATMs, awesome. What do you think that looks and feels like for them? Just so they have an idea. Now, obviously I understand going to 1,000 ATMs is not so much extremely relatable. I think there's only going to be a percent out of 100%, I think there will only be 1% of individuals that actually potentially have the opportunity to go do that. But obviously we lay down phenomenal information, phenomenal ways to actually go out and curate 1,000+ portfolio ATM business. What do you think that looks like just for us?
Well, I mean, it's doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? I mean, I think with it, you know, the ATM business in particular, but just like any business again, right? It's a matter of figuring out what works and duplicating it. You know, no different than this YouTube video that we're making right now for you. You know, we've made 100 YouTube videos just like it. They're all very similar, right? But for whatever reason, some videos are more popular, some you know, and so it's just a matter of regurgitating it over and over and over and over and over again. And eventually you end up, you know, massively successful. I mean, there's nothing different that we're gonna do now than we've done, you know, buying our first ATM, right? It's the exact same process, just done more and more times. You know, at some point, obviously, you know, you can delegate and you can outsource, you know, different things, but ultimately we're just doing the same thing we've always done, which is, you know, going out there, landing a contract, buying an ATM, putting the ATM in the location, and rinsing and repeating. Yeah. You know?
For sure. What's your favorite ATM machine?
I mean, I liked the Gen Mega when we first got in, but I mean, I think they're all good, right? I liked the Gen Mega 2500, but that was just because that's all I knew. Yeah. And then we got the Hyosung Halo 2s. Those are really good. They're a bit more probably technologically advanced, I guess you could say. You know, it's like some of them even have not like a touch screen, but there's like the little touch pen pad next to the screen. But I think any ATM machine's a good machine. Like I think people get caught up on the little things. You know, what ATM machine do I buy? What this? What that? What the other thing? It's like, you know, look, an ATM's an ATM. Buy a freaking ATM, right? And make it happen.
What would you say would be like some advice? I'm a big preacher, especially on my YouTube, stating that, like, you know, if him and I had what we provide to individuals, such as a course, such as, you know, YouTube videos, such as the information, such as our one-on-one workshop program inside ATMs, you know, I wish we would have had something like that. We didn't. And so we lost a lot of money. We lost a lot of, you know, wasted a ton of time, burned through a bunch of resources on trying to start the ATM business and get started with the ATM business and overpaying for ATMs and different things like that you guys can view on our channels. But what advice, I guess, would you give, other than the obvious of, hey, you know, we're not trying to sell you anything, but there is ways to cut the learning curve. And if you want to cut the learning curve, then take action, right? Don't sit on your hands and knees and just wait, right? Definitely take action. But what advice would you give to somebody that haven't purchased their ATM for whatever reason? They haven't gotten LLC for whatever reason. They haven't purchased ATM Mastery for whatever reason. They haven't reached out to you and I for whatever reason. What advice would you give to that person?
And probably find an accountability partner. You know, find some sort of mentor, some sort of structure of some kind, you know, to get your freaking butt into high gear and make it happen. I mean, I think always having like good people around you to support you. And so if that isn't, obviously, if you're not making it happen with the current people in your life, then you probably got to go elsewhere, you know. So whether that is us or whether that is one of the other 10 people on YouTube or however many there are, you know, making ATM content, find somebody that is going to give you the tools, resources, knowledge, and whatever necessary for you to take action. I think in any industry too, right? Like I think you've always got to find somebody that has what you want, and you've got to figure out what they did to get there and do the same thing. You know, success leaves clues, they say, right? So success in general is duplicatable, right? You can duplicate other people's success, and you probably heard it before. But you know, you don't have to recreate the wheel. I think a lot of people think they've got to recreate the wheel and they've got to go out and do something that's never been done before. And that isn't the reality, right? The reality is actually the opposite, which is finding somebody that has done exactly what you want to do and then just doing exactly what they did. Maybe there's bits and pieces you do differently, and maybe there's things that you do better, or whatever, but ultimately I think that is the answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't already, make sure to go smash that like button. Drop in the comment section below if you've enjoyed this thus far, which I'm sure you have, as well as what you guys would like to see from him and I's content, right? Obviously, Austin Zabak has his own channel. Obviously, you guys are here at my channel. We have the A&A show, which is in the description link below. So drop in the comment section below what you guys would like to see in future videos, what your guys' ideas are, ultimately what our content is going to be created around, right? Because we're not here for us, we're here for you guys. So if you guys haven't already, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Go check out Austin Zabak's channel. Thanks for coming on the channel, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, guys, we'll see you guys in the next videos.